Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. As you just saw, I've got the suspension on the rear all buttoned up. All the suspension is back on the car. I was originally going to put the EG shocks on the car, but they were a little too tall, so I ended up going ahead and throwing the coilovers on there just to make my life easier. It was a little easier to get the control arm to line up instead of trying to compress that shock, since the back of the car is completely stripped. There's no weight on it, and it was kind of proven difficult, so I went ahead and threw those on there for now. I will have to adjust the height on those in the future, but I'm not too worried about that now. We got a long way to go before we get to that point. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the front of the car here. I do have some brake stuff that I need to be putting on here, the new brake lines and the new calipers. So let's go ahead and unbox those and I'll show you what I've got. Alright, well the second first start is in the books. That's the second first start because whenever I got the car, I wanted to get this thing roadworthy, and I did start it up and was able to drive it initially, but since I pulled the engine out, did the timing belt and water pump and cleaned it all up, this is the final first start, I would say. So everything looked really good, got the coolant system all wrapped up, no leaks there, batteries in. I'll probably replace these battery terminals, they're looking pretty nasty. But I'm excited that I got the rear suspension taken care of. The suspension work still has work to be done, but that will be later once the body work is done. I will start focusing on dialing in the suspension, getting it set where I need it, as well as clean up those fender wells. I know you guys have been mentioning the fender wells, why didn't I paint them? Well, whenever I had this thing jacked up with no suspension on it, I really wasn't able to get it out there, pressure wash it, and paint it. So I'll just do that at a later date. I'll get it pulled out on its own, take the wheel off, clean the wheel wells out, and repaint them, put some undercoating or whatever in there. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Made some pretty good progress. I'm excited. To get to the body work and some other non-mechanical things to make this thing start to look good again. So we'll see you in the next video.